right, with the growing threat to the U.S. power grid, Congress has made an important first step to protect our nation's most critical infrastructures. This week, the House passed unanimously the Critical Infrastructure Protection Act, CIPA. With me now is the sponsor of the bill, Arizona Congressman Trent Frank. Good evening, Congressman. This has been a mission of yours for many years, sponsoring legislation for at least 5 years. The resistance has been great. What happened and why now?
Well, I guess, first of all, I just have a great sense of gratitude in my heart right now. You know, I think when the holidays approach, we all kind of get a sense of how precious our families are to us, and the notion that my children and the children of this country would have to face the aftermath of a worst-case EMP event in this country is just almost unthinkable to me. And so I'm deeply grateful. And I have to say to you, Judge, you know, it sometimes takes like you to remind government that our first purpose is to protect people, protect the people of this country, and you have been a clarion voice. And coincidental with some of your broadcasts, we began to see a lot of movement here. There were other factors, but I'm really encouraged that we're going in the right direction. Well,
and we're all thrilled about this, but very quickly, Congressman, why should Americans care about this?
Well, I think that electromagnetic pulse, both man-made and the potential natural occurrences, could represent one of the more serious national security threats that we face. It's rather ironic to me. Just recently, we were given a copy that was translated by the National Defense University in our country of a military doctrine by Iran that mentioned EMP as a weapon more than 20 times. And recently, as you know, the President has given Iran even more time in their inexorable march toward a nuclear weapons capability. So they should care about it. The people of this country should care very much about this issue, because it's simply something that we cannot allow ourselves to be vulnerable to. And at least we're moving in the direction of preventing that vulnerability. All right. So
right now it's passed the House. Lame duck session goes to the Senate. What's going to happen?
Well, there is an outside long shot possibility that the Senate could, you see this, that's unanimous consent, take this to the floor and pass it in the Senate and put it on the President's desk in the next couple of weeks if they chose to. And perhaps the only recommendation or request that I would make of your listeners is that they would call their senators and ask them to do just that. This is something that we all know is necessary. The Critical Infrastructure Protection Act does things that really doesn't gore anyone's ox, and yet it does deal with the issue effectively. It insinuates this issue into our national planning scenarios so that we can and remediate the issue if and when it comes, or to try to prevent it from coming at all. Right. It has a major national effort to give awareness and more research, and it also, most importantly, Judge, it requires the Department of Homeland Security to present and create a plan, a strategic plan to prevent EMP from impacting this country in the way that it possibly could.
Well, you deserve a great deal of credit for your legislative strategy on this, Congressman. If it doesn't happen this term after January, I assume that you're a little more comfortable with it passing?
Now, I am very hopeful. There are a lot of other things that have happened. We've got new information. Even recently, some classified material was released that really emphasized the importance of the issue. So, yes, ma'am, I'm hopeful. Okay. And, again, I'm grateful to people like yourself, people like Chairman Sessions, a lot of the people, Chairman McCall, that really made this thing move in the recent days. So there are good days ahead, but we can't let up.
No, and we won't. Congressman Trent Franks, thanks so much.
Thank you.